Way too black. Yeah, my crown is black, made from onyx. Melanin got me feeling like a hero. Straight out the comics. The one to my side is a goddess. Strong black woman. Only one rule, be honest. To the agenda, they know we a problem. They be saying we too black. Crown. Too black.
Damn, and Genius made the beat.
I'm in that mode.
Tia Tamara. My twin. Classic. Tia Tamara. Yeah. Tia Tamara. Tia Tamara. Tia Tamara. Tia Tamara.
Let's talk about it.
Tia Tamara. One of them lean. One of them thick. One of them clean. One of them kick. Tia Tamara. Tia Tamara. Tia Tamara, gripped up like Tomb Raider, praying every day, ain't gotta shoot a hater. Too many black men dying now, gotta buy it now, might need it later. Recording this with the blick on my lap. People dying while they taking a nap. These days, it's best they strapped. It get complex, your complexion is black. Now one on my hip, one on my rib. One is an introvert. She stay at the crib. Plus I got a stick name, right to take it back where you live.
All right, let's do this shit.
I'm Leesa.
I'm B Class, and we are
Two Black Crowns podcast.
Yeah. Make sure before we get started, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also always be ready and willing to join the conversation in the comments. So what we talking about today?
We are talking about, is hip hop dead or killing us?
What you think? Is hip hop dead or killing us? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a drink.
You gonna sip on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink.
Okay.
Talk to me.
The first question I want to ask is, what do you think about mainstream hip hop today? The state of mainstream hip hop.
Y'all gotta forgive me. This gonna be I'm pretty passionate about this one. Mainstream hip hop, in a nutshell, I think is bullshit. But when you start to peel back the layers, I think the artist at the very, 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 very top of the game, like the top, Drake, Kendrick, like people who J. Cole, people who like literally sell the most. You know what I'm saying? When they drop, they numbers be crazy through the roof. You know what I'm saying? I think at the very top of the game, I think it's reminiscent of the essence. You know what I'm saying? I think it's pure in that regard. It's just that tier right beneath those like few people who sell the most and who have the absolute most impact. There's like a big chunk of artists that all like fall in that tier right underneath them, and because they outnumber the people who I just mentioned by so much. That's why I feel like overall it's overwhelmingly bullshit.
Okay.
What do you think about the state of mainstream hip hop today?
The state of mainstream hip hop today, like, I feel like it's the reason why I don't listen to the radio. Like, mainstream hip hop today is the reason why I don't listen to the radio, because of what's being played. I'd rather have my own playlist.
Right.
And yeah, I agree with you. Like, as far as it being bullshit, that tier you were talking about. But yeah, is definitely one of the reasons why I get in the car and I'm straight putting on like a playlist of mine.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
You Bluetooth with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So um that's where I'm at as far as mainstream hip hop.
So when you say it's bullshit, right? What you mean by that? When you say, I know what I mean by that, but what you mean by it when you say it?
The content.
Uh-huh. Like the
Yeah.
subject matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically just what's being talked about
I
is
could say uh,
bullshit.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think for the same reasons. I think it's just purely subject matter. I have a high level of appreciation for the production. Um, I know a lot of people say, what is it, the 90s is the golden era of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Me and some of my homeboys that are a few years older than me, we disagree in regards to like the production all the time because they're real into like the essence or that golden era, I should say. But I feel like 2000s and up, the production has been second to none, and I feel like probably from probably in the last 10 years it's even better than it's ever been. Rappers rap over significantly better beats for a lot of reasons.
Oh, you're saying that the production
Like the
now
music,
is better. Okay,
yeah, I
gotcha.
think the beats are way more, way better now on average, than they were in the 90s for a lot of reasons, technological advances, you know what
Right.
I'm saying, and stuff like that. And then saturation. Anytime you got more people doing something, you can find
Mm-hmm.
more dope shit. But I don't even think it's comparable now in regards to the artists themselves. And the reason why I call it bullshit is just because I care about my people.
Yeah.
I care about my people, and the like I said, that tier right underneath the top, they don't.
Yeah.
Um, they can say that they do, but they don't. I don't want to get too much into it right this second. I know we got a lot that we're gonna cover in regards to this, but yeah, they don't care about their people. I care about my people, and so we getting on these crazy sounding beats. Not even just the trap beats either. Like even the people who are still sampling, making that soul shit. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
beats are just they're why like it's a lot of the reason why people listen to the bullshit content is because they love the beat so much.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So um
Yeah. I agree with that. I was talking to someone and um asking them what they thought about uh Lil Durk or King Von, Lil Durk specifically, and they told me that it was mood music, like the beat grabs them. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So like that was like the main reason, you know,
Yeah.
or one of the main reasons why they listen to it because of the music of it.
Yeah. I mean, you know who a good example of like rapping over some of like the hardest beats as far as like that trap sound or even just that hard sound, the street sound, without it being like super poisonous content, because I truly believe music is either medicine or poison.
Hmm.
It's one of the two, but it's soul. It touches your soul. It
Hmm.
connects with your soul. So it's going to have an impact
Yeah,
on you.
in effect. Yeah.
I remember I used to be able to say like, oh, I could listen to whatever. That's not gonna make me want to go out and go do nothing to nobody. Well, it may not, but it can impact my level of aggression.
Yeah. There.
It
Yeah.
can impact my thought processes. It can impact having a lack of patience. See, so I may not want to go out and do nothing to nobody, but I might be ready to turn up,
Hmm.
in a bad way.
Yeah. So it's in other words, it's like it's a spirit behind the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it always has been.
Yeah.
So, like, I think Dolph was a great example of someone who rapped over like real hard stuff. He had like a simplistic approach to like putting the bars together, but clever, simplistic but clever.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like we're gonna be careful about certain words we using, but it wasn't like murderous. You know what I'm saying? He might rap about sipping on some drink, but it wasn't even that part. It wasn't overly excessive throughout his catalog.
Gotcha.
It was a lot of swag rap, a lot of getting females, getting money. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I'm okay with a young man listening to that. Getting
Yeah.
females, getting money. Okay. That's you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna trip about that.
Right.
Yeah. What I mean, you tell me what you think. Who's an example of somebody who when you want to hear something hard, but you don't want to hear the BS content, who are some of your go-tos?
Oh dang. You put me on the spot. I can't even think.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you got to think that hard, that's a
Yeah.
problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I couldn't even tell you right now. Um, but if I think of somebody, I'll come back to it.
Okay. So I have a question. How do you kind of ties into what we was just saying? How do you feel hip hop, or do you think we're discussing mainstream. We're not discussing, you know, because right now you can go on a streaming platform and find anybody, whether they
Mm-hmm.
famous or unfamous. You can listen to and curate your playlist for what you like,
Right.
But as far as the people who are being pushed on you, they're on the radio, they're what I'm saying, they're being force fed to you. Um, how do you feel like it impacts mental health?
I think it has. Think it plays a significant role in mental health. Um, because today, like kids listen to, that's what kids listen to is the mainstream hip hop, the stuff that's on the radio, and um, as far as like what's being played, like you said, it's a lot of um the content is like either they you know doing drugs or killing somebody, you know
For the most part,
and um for some children or kids these days, like you know I feel like um well, for anyone really, they can be battling with depression, and like listening to some of that music on the radio, it can probably spiral them depending on what it is that they're going through specifically. I think that, yeah, I definitely feel like it can have an effect on someone's mental health for sure.
I agree. I think in regards to the mental health aspect of it, I don't know that the music could put someone in a bad mental space, but I do think the messaging drives young people or age aside, impressionable people. I think it drives them to self-medication.
Mm. Mhm.
I think it pushes them to self-medication. And when I say self-medication, I am not talking about cannabis because by all means, I feel like that's completely acceptable. I have no problem with Wiz Khalifa, no problem with Snoop Dogg. Smoke, you know. It's when weed stops doing the trick, and you shouldn't necessarily be smoking to feel better. But
Right.
I just don't find nothing wrong with marijuana. Um, but when that stops being enough, when you start switching over to essentially, I mean, it's prescription, but it's essentially cocaine or heroin or
Right.
meth, or that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So when you start switching over to the stuff that's a bit harder, um, I do think our music today makes it a little too okay.
Mm.
Um, and again, going back to the point we made earlier, I feel like there's a space for everything. right? You can talk about what you're into, what you be doing, but do it got to be your whole catalog?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then on top of that, it's like you got 25, 30 versions of the same artist. You know what I'm saying? So you may
Saying
not
the
listen to
same
him, but if you
thing.
listen to him, it's the same. You
Saying
know
the
what I'm
same
saying?
thing.
Yeah, they saying this, you know what I mean? Um, and I think that impact has shown itself heavily over the last probably 5 to 10 years based on what we've seen in regards to artists passing away due to addiction or overdose, or even just people you see who struggle with it at younger and younger and younger ages. You know, so yeah, I'd say it's pretty terrible,
Yeah.
um, for our mental health at the point in time. So I mean, like when you like when our subject matter says, is hip hop dead or is it killing us? Well, it's very much alive. It's the
Hmm.
number one consumed form of music in the world, statistically speaking. So it's not dead. It's not on life support. It's nowhere near it.
Yeah.
But is it killing us? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let that soak in real quick.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. And like you said, it definitely has an influence. Like kids are listening to it, and they're thinking that, oh, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna want to do it. You know. So um, I agree. I definitely agree with that. So like, um, in hip hop today, who do you listen to?
I listen to myself a lot. I listen to Fendi Frost. I listen to Kevin Gates. Um, I listen to Big Sean. I listen to J. Cole, Kendrick, some Drake. I'm not like the biggest Drake fan on earth, but I do listen to him. Um, and then when I want to hear something a little less conscious and like hard, like I said, like Dolph always been like a big go to for me. Like some like the hard music, over like the trap beats. Um, just to name a few. What about you?
Um, I'm a Kanye West fan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I definitely listen to Kanye. J. Cole is one. B Class is on my list.
Gotta be.
Nipsey Hussle. Um,
Mm-hmm.
some of the same people you mentioned. Big Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say Big Sean?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Like to take it a little further. Like I love Common. Um, so well, I would say like he's not in my rotation
Right.
today,
Today he wouldn't be considered mainstream.
but yeah, but
Yeah.
um,
Why?
what?
Why do you listen to them?
Cause they talking about something.
So are the so are the
Like I mean,
the trap drill artists. They talking about something.
but you know what I mean. Like they're not talking about you know shooting somebody, you know,
Hmm.
drugs.
Right.
That's not their main focus.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I need some consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like something, some substance.
Yeah.
Base,
Relatability too.
yeah,
Because I mean, what percentage of us?
and motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation. I feel like I listen to a lot of hip hop now for like I'll say I don't want to say solely for well, yeah, I would say solely for motivation.
Hmm.
Like, because I feel like you know, this is me, like getting up, getting ready, like, start your day. Like you need something to get you there. And, thinking positive vibes, positive everything, really. And what better to listen to than, some conscious shit and some motivational shit.
True. True indeed. What do you say about what do you say to the artists that say, well, this is I'm from where I'm from and I'm a product of my environment and I'm just rapping about my environment. This is what I'm from. This is what I see. This is how people live where I'm from. So that's what I rap about.
I mean, that's fine to have some of that content, but at what point do you like start to change your mind frame? What point do you start to, you know, uh like switch it up?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Cuz constant that's a constant thing that you're rapping about.
Hmm.
Like you don't think that gets old cuz cuz every other person is rapping about the same thing.
Yeah, I can't let those artists off the hook. I think that's bullshit too. I'm from the inner city,
Mhm.
and I've been to inner cities across this country. You know, just passing through, stopping through, kicking it, whatever the case may be. They all the same. And the inner city consists of way more than gun toting, drug abuse, and drug distribution. It consists of way more.
Mhm.
Some of the most creative artists, Kanye is from the inner city,
Mhm.
out south.
Yeah.
Common, inner city.
Yep.
It's bullshit, and that excuse is stupid because even if a person want to rap about what they see, what they've done, where they from, how it is, where they from, you're rich now or you're big now. When do you start discussing it through a lens
Mhm.
and not as a participant?
Yeah.
When does your angle change?
Yeah.
Right? When does it become a past tense thing? When does it become, like you said, motivation? When does it become a situation? When does it become the type of lingo where it's like, I rose above it,
Yeah.
you could rise above it too,
Yeah.
right? It it hasn't become that. And then this is where I also call BS. You get famous, you get some money, you doing better for yourself. Now you rap about having enough money to pay a child to go smoke a op.
Yeah.
Like I said, because I don't want to come off like I'm preaching, but this is just a grown ass man's perspective. Like I really care about my people. You know, people that's pushing that in their music, they're selfish. I get it. It's profitable right now, and we can get into that in a second too. It's profitable to rap about black death. Do we not believe that's by design?
Mm.
Why is there Toby, the artist from Texas? I don't know how to say his last name properly, so I ain't gonna try. Nwinwe or however you say
I
it.
don't.
But he
Yeah.
go hard. Him and his wife. They sort of mainstream at this point. But why for every one J. Cole is 10, it's 10 trap or drill artists with poisonous messaging. Why for every because I you see I'm trying not to use too many names. I mean, I really don't care. None of them could fuck with me lyrically. So if somebody see this and get upset, try your luck. God bless you. Try your luck.
Talk your shit.
Yeah, that's just with the straightest face. Try your luck. God bless you. But why for every one conscious artist or artist with just some substance, you know what I'm saying? Um, there's 10 artists that are poisonous,
Mm-hmm.
and when we're discussing mainstream, we're not discussing
Right.
artists that exist. We talking about the ones that's being pushed on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's an agenda,
Yeah. Every time you turn on the radio, it's I'm sitting there looking at Keisha like, "Do you love me? Do you love me not?"
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like this. We got to hold I think that's one of our talking points. We can get to that now. The media, let's just let's just take it all the way there. Let's just take it all the way there. Let's hold some people responsible on this episode and have some real adult conversation. I listen to the radio every day, at least for a little bit. I play my own music and Bluetooth it, but I'll be on iHeart and I listen to WGCI, Chicago radio. I listen to some Power 92 literally every day. We'll go from and this is no diss to the radio personalities because the program director is the person who decides the music that's played.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kendra G, Kyle, Leon, they're not deciding in the morning what's next. It's the program director. But we'll go from Kyle's message of the day on WGCI in Chicago. We Chicago based podcast. We'll go from Kyle's message of the day. He'll say something like, stay focused on your goals. In life, there's a grip of distractions. You've got to focus. He gives you this great motivational speech. When we come back, we'll get into the news and the weather. Coming up next, Back in Blood. They come back from that, go to the news. Go to the news. Over the weekend, we had 12 people shot. You know what I'm saying? 5 killed. One of them was a 4-year-old in the living room in our grandma's lap. This is real stuff in Chicago. Things like this happen, right? Then they go on this whole thing about how sad it is. Chicago, put the guns down. We got to stop this violence. We need more youth outreach. We need this. We need that. We about to go to a break. But before we do, Waukesha,
Mm-hmm.
drink that drink. Like, I don't care who's responsible for it at the radio station. You know what I'm saying? But you part of the agenda for sure. You part of the first off, you shouldn't play violent music before noon, fam. Who wanna be on the way to work at 6 a.m.?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to somebody, the masses, whoever, gotta start holding people accountable. Because we all I hate when we act one way, but then we don't act on it, right?
Right.
We act like we care about our people. We act like we want the violence to stop. But you ride through the inner city and just cut your radio off, let your windows down, and listen to what people bumping around you. It's that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, do you really want to see something different? And a lot of these people riding around bumping that with a car seat in the back. Your 3-year-old absorbing this.
That's true.
You know, we both agreed that music touches it's a spiritual connection. It touches you. It's going to affect you in some capacity. So when we continue to push it and push it and push it, and then try to say that we feel adverse to so you feel opposite of the lyrics of all the music you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want nothing in any of these songs to occur in my real life, but I love the song.
Mm-hmm.
That's not working.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah. I agree. And then when you say the media, social media too. Social media pushes it like TikTok. Um there's a new TikTok for every new song that's being played as far as like, these hip hop the mainstream hip hop songs. Um even Instagram, you know. Um, so some somewhere there's got to be change for people to start realizing like it's not it's not okay. It's not okay for us to be glorifying the type of music that's being the mainstream hip hop that's being played, um as far as the content, you know. Um
It's Here's the thing. How talented are you? How talented are you? Do you have to rap about that to be successful?
exactly. It kind of shows like it kind of shows where you how far you go basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played the song that I played starting this episode on purpose. I haven't released it. It's called Tia Tamara. And it's about being a licensed gun owner, and it's about self-defense. I played it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I knew we was gonna get into today. But that song says, gripped up like Tomb Raider, praying every day and gotta shoot a hater. Too many black men dying now, gotta buy it now. I might need it later. I'm referring to our real enemy.
Mhm.
Our
Yeah.
real enemy, right? You know, I said recording this with the blick on my lap. People dying while they taking a nap. God bless Breonna Taylor. You know, um, when it get complex, your complexion is black. See, so that's an example of how to make something hard, still talk
Mhm.
weapons, but have real messaging.
Right.
Where's
Yeah.
your talent at?
Yeah.
Spin it,
Yeah.
flip it. Do you care about your people? It's enough. It's enough that's already.
They care about the money more than they care about the people. They care about, monetary gain.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
not even debatable.
Yeah.
It's not even debatable because you would have been stopped. Even if that was your way to get in the door. Boom, you get in the door, then switch it on them.
Then switch it up.
Switch it on them. I'm famous. You can't do nothing about these 10 million fans I got now. You can't do nothing about it. Switch it up.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't
So,
like
mhm.
like talk about your experiences once you are in the door, and you switch it up. Talk about the better experiences that you've had. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of that same old rhetoric that you were spitting to get on, you know. Um I think that a lot of people just get caught up, and they feel like, hey, this is working, this is what's working, so I'm gonna just keep doing it.
And it's true. They won't listen. The machine won't even push you as hard if you start trying to help your people. Um, it's a real agenda out here. These record labels run to these inner cities. Again, stop telling us that you from where you from. In Chicago, in the inner city, next to every gangster drill rapper, there is a kid who raps that's just flat out artistic.
Mm.
He's artistic. He's the next Kanye. He's the next Common. He's the next Lupe. He's the, you know what I'm saying? Twister. The label gonna grab Buddy that's talking about the detriment of us. Right here.
Yep.
That's what the label gonna grab. And
Every
they gonna
time.
and they gonna advance them some real money. And they gonna pass on you, shorty.
Yep. Every time.
Yeah. So, like I said, I can't. You want to change your circumstances? I can't blame you for doing what you're doing to get on, but then spin it, flip it. You're raising a son. Are you going to have you thought about how you're going to filter the things he consumes as he gets older and older?
you know I don't know. That's a really hard thing to do. filter, the things that's that he's exposed to, because he's around other kids, you know. They listening to Lord knows what. So I can't control that, but I can control, what I feed to him,
Mhm.
you know. So all I can do really is do the best I can, in exposing him to what, you know, uh I don't want to say, well, I guess to exposing him to, the side of hip hop that uh I like and know, to be positive, and also just guide him in everyday life, everyday experiences, to just teach him basically what what's right, you know.
Yeah.
So as far as like filtering filtering outside of, what I expose him to, that's hard. I feel like that's hard for any parent,
Yeah,
really.
it is. So let me ask you this: who do you think has the most influence as far as the people who making that BS content versus people who have some substance? Who do you think has more pull
Um,
amongst the I mean us, the
yeah.
culture?
Well, because they play it so much on the radio,
See what I'm saying?
you know,
Go ahead.
because they play it so much on the radio, it would be the trash, the trash ass, Uh, I'm trying not to say certain things, but yeah, it would be the trash that they playing on the mainstream, on, so that's what I would say.
So to pivot, the people who are on the ground level with young adults, even people who have the ability to influence adults and all the way down to kids. What do you think could be done to create create the cool in conscious? Because you J. Cole got free forming dreadlocks. He don't get fly, and he married with kids. Versus a guy with $250,000 of jewelry on. I mean, he's fully bedazzled because that's what these dudes is wearing, glitter. They're all bedazzled, right? You got on 250,000 to $1 million worth of jewelry. All his lyrics is about the abundance of hoes that he got. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
How do you combat that when you're trying to what's the word I'm looking for? When you're trying to guide someone as far as their perspective. How
Yeah.
do you know? And the little girls, not just the boys. How you got 10 hoes? The girls they're flocking, right?
Yeah.
How do you,
I I don't know. Like I would probably say, shoot, like the best way to to kind of guide and like make them like, or like the J. Coles and the Kendrick Lamars, um maybe play that more. Just play it more. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Play it more than what you're playing the other, you know.
Hmm. I agree with that. I would say also just like for my niece and nephew, they not really into. They listen to me. They listen to B class, so they gonna be straight.
Yeah.
But I just always teach them be an individual. That's what's cool. Like be an individual.
Yeah.
All that, everything you desire is inside of you being you,
Yeah.
not being this depiction of what you feel like cool consists of. but just being you.
Yeah,
I
that's
try
true.
to I try to and then also I buy them books.
Mhm.
I buy them books.
Yeah.
I ain't giving them no new CDs. Here go the Alchemist. Here go Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. Here go Asking It Is Given. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna help you crack the code. You know,
Yeah. I think too, like l- it's kind of like what you're saying, like kind of guiding them, like you know, your example, the mentor or whoever parent, it's your example to your children. You know what I'm saying? Like that can create the cool. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um, so I agree with that. I definitely agree.
yeah. I just it's tough. It's really like I like I'm to the point now where like certain songs come on, I turn the radio every single time. I don't listen to 30 seconds. As soon as I hear it come, I turn the radio. Cause even as a grown adult who is conscious and is perfectly capable of listening to these songs and not going to go like participate in the activities being discussed. Even as a grown adult, like I just don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets annoying. It kind of like, I use the term like vexes your energy. It kind of puts a, I don't want to say damper on it, but it's like, turn that shit off. Like, what are we doing? What are we what are we talking about? Like, this is trash. Like, what are we talking about? Can I get some positive vibes?
If I hear one more artist talk about spinning a block until they dizzy,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
listen, to put it in perspective, it's like feeding on yourself. I'm black, you black, and I'm just gonna rap about hunting you down until you gone.
Mhm. And then just like, just just glorifying it in general, like, um uh as far as like saying, you got so many bodies, like you don't want to you don't want to mess with me. Stuff like that is just like, why are we glorifying this? Why?
Money. They made it profitable. Do you think it's a conspiracy theory to say that large record companies are very intentional about pushing artists with poisonous messaging to the forefront? Do you think it's a conspiracy theory or do you think it's an agenda?
I definitely don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I mean, it's obvious to me that it's an agenda, because it's everywhere.
Right.
It's everywhere. Everywhere you turn. The radio, the music videos, the social media. It's clearly it's clearly an agenda.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who think it's a conspiracy theory isn't that smart. They're not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. You know what I'm saying? It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm definitely with you on that. It's a clear agenda. I heard um forgive me, I can't call his name right now. I can't think of it, but there's this guy that I be seeing his content on YouTube and on social media. He always talking some very conscious stuff. Um, but he said they turned rap into the new crack cocaine.
Mm,
Like cocaine and that crack in the 80s was like wiping our people out. They turned hip hop into that.
mhm.
Yeah, we gonna hijack the whole vibe because all these people was disenfranchised. These people was broke. These people was starving. They struggling. So we throw some money at them. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
gonna do what we say. We get rich off of them. They perpetuate the cycle of like, you know, black folks pretty like I said, feeding on themselves. And we're all good to go here. You know, I I done been to festivals mostly non-black people. It be black people there, but the majority of the crowd is non-black.
Mm-hmm.
Suburban people ain't touched the inner city, ain't been on a block, nowhere, ain't been outside for no gunshots, none of that,
And wouldn't come.
and wouldn't come. And they singing every word for word,
Mm-hmm.
and claiming gangs. Whole white boys from Naperville, Illinois, talking about on folks now. Boy, shut your ass up, boy. You know what I'm saying? It's annoying. You know what doesn't get discussed enough?
What's that?
Rap about being a man. A lot of that gangster shit is just man shit. The difference is y'all seek out the bullshit and the nonsense. Men deal with it as it come. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So y'all rap about, I use myself as an example. And I know some people be like, oh, he a rapper, he mad because he not on. I'm on globally syndicated television. So check your Hulu. But a lot of man principles come off just as hard in a rap song. You know, okay, so instead of hunting for somebody or spinning a block, you know what I'm saying, to go look for some nonsense, right? Why not just talk about having principles? Hey, I'm going to live for my family and I'm willing to ride and die for my family. That's just man shit. That's not gangster. That's just man shit. That's just being a grown ass man. I'll even go to so far to say, as our conscious artists don't rap about that type of shit enough. The counter, the literal opposite of what the trap and drill and the gangster, super violent drug abuse rap. Our conscious artists don't rap against it enough. They kind of just do their own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They rap about social equality, rap about getting females, rap about, this, that, and the third, but they won't address their disdain or their disagreement with this shit.
Yeah.
And
That's
that need
true.
to be done more too. But you know why? Because they do songs with those guys.
That's true.
They collabing with them.
Money. Money.
We for sale. We for sale.
Yeah. Yeah. You can buy us.
We for sale. We been for sale. They used to auction us. Now they just throw a little paper at us, get us, we puppets against our own people. It's self-inflicted torture.
Yeah.
And now it all ties into each other. Now you got single mothers out here because Pop's dead. Single mothers out here because Pop's doing 75 years. And she trying to raise a little black boy or a little black girl, and they growing up falling into the same mental space because of the poison.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's hard to raise them out of the mental space because you got to work so hard to support the family and the household without pops that you can't even be there to steer them in the right direction. Not shorty for the streets. Old girl for the streets. You see what I'm saying? It all ties in. I know it's going to sound like preachy or whatever, but this shit real.
It is.
And it breaks my heart.
Yeah. So he said a lot, y'all.
Shit break my heart.
Yeah, it's definitely a sad reality. With that being said, like, what do you feel the state of hip hop will be in the future? Like, from now, like, and then moving forward.
It's going to stay the same. The game been hijacked. Look, our oppressors is in control of hip hop. Black people don't run or control hip hop anymore. Whoever want to debate, feel free to jump in the comments. We could do another segment, bring you up, and have an intelligent conversation about your points, our points, whatever the case may be. I would love to talk about it. But hip hop has been hijacked. Name one black executive that owns a major record label. Not a record label that's signed to a record label. The big record label, right? So you got Atlantic, and then you got a smaller label that has a deal with Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cash Money, for example. Cash Money is not its own entity. They get their funding from a bigger record label that is owned by somebody this color. The game is hijacked, is rigged. Hey, I'm trying to get a budget for Vegan Zay over here. You got a rapper named Vegan Zay? Yeah. He rap about holistic shit, yoga, vibrations, meditation, shit that'll keep black people living for a long time, healthy, getting along, and making legal money. I don't think there's a market for that. That's what Jimmy the Record is gonna tell you. I don't think there's a market for that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
People aren't listening to that.
Yeah. Who do we sell that to? The same people that you selling drugs and guns to. They need to hear something different. Put them over the same beats. Call Zaytoven them. Call Tay Keith them. Call Kanye. Call them. Get all them same producers. Put them on all the same beats. Lecrae. Andy Mineo. Yeah, I can give you a few, but they not being pushed on you. I can't remember the last time in Chicago I heard somebody say, coming up next, Lecrae. They don't play Lecrae in Chicago. They not playing that shit. Lecrae go hard. One of the best rappers rapping. All positive, all motivational, all inspirational, all spiritual. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing that shit. He making good money. He doing songs with some of your favorite artists, respected in the game. But will he ever get the push to where he can be here, top tier? Is you ever going to see when Lecrae come to Chicago, is he doing United Center? No. They're going to put his ass in House of Blues. Or one of these clubs.
I was going to say, if that.
You feel me? So we got to wake up and the consumer controls it all. Stop playing that shit. You know, two things gonna happen when you stop listening to that shit. The artist gonna make some changes because they want to keep that bread, right? So they gonna make some changes. And the second thing that's gonna happen is the execs and the people who push out these budgets for what you're gonna see in front of your face the most. All of this shit is controlled. Right? You be going from one Instagram story to the next, and in between they'll put a rapper's commercial right there. But it's never nothing that's going to feed your spirit. It's bullshit. YouTube, same thing. You going from one video to the next. In between, you see a commercial. I done seen whole music videos pop up as ads. But it's never nothing I want to hear. Yeah. Y'all got to, listen, I challenge you artists that hear this, be more creative. When you get stuck on a bar, instead of inserting car color, interior color, or number of hoes in what position, or block number and how many times you spun, instead of inserting that when you get stuck on a bar, think about shit, what I could say next that'll fuck them up real good and help my people. Because that's what they do. They get stuck on a bar and they be like, Lamborghini orange, interior cream guts. So, nigga, so, do you care about the color of any of these rappers' cars? Do you? Have you ever? Even when you was young?
No.
Do you care about how much his watch costs? That shit tell the time like your cell phone, yeah? Do you care? Cool. Be flashy. Rap about it. But you know who the coldest swag rapper? Kanye.
Yep.
And I don't know what color. I heard him mention a car color once. Mayonnaise color Benz. I push Miracle Whips. Other than that, he ain't rapping no damn car colors. And he one of the coldest swag rappers it is. What'd he say? What Ye say? Y'all should be honored by my lateness that I even show up to this lame shit. Oh, my mama. You see what I'm saying? He said, I keep the G's in the alloy safe and stash the weed in the Altoid case. They say good things come to those who wait. So I'm gonna be at least about an hour late. You know what I'm saying? That's way harder than Diamonds 250. My neck is 350. The wrist, man, we can't even none of us can relate to that, fam. We don't care, bro. And it sounds like a waste of money that you should have invested somewhere. Because you talk about how you love your hood so much, but then you rap about how much money you waste instead of helping your hood. How about you take all your jewelry off and go open the kids a little something for the kids in the community? How about you take all your jewelry off and create some affordable funded Section 8 housing that's right outside of the outskirts of the inner city for some of these families to go check into? How about you take all your jewelry off and trade in like one or two of your 26 cars to help you see what I'm saying? These rappers be full of shit.
That part.
I'm sorry I'm getting so passionate about it, but they be full of shit, and they've been full of shit for so long. And it ain't that the rappers that we talking about that we need, that our people need, because this comes from a place of caring about my people. It ain't that those artists don't exist. They don't get no push. Because we're told when we talk to execs, it's not lucrative. What's the target audience for this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the same time. What you mean? What's the target audience? What percentage of the population of Americans have killed somebody? It's low. What percentage of the population of Americans can afford a Cullinan or a Lambo? It's low. What's the percentage? So you know who you push it to? All the people who can relate to it, which is most of us. That's who you push the conscious music to, the music with messaging to. You see?
Yep.
So I'm not surprised that outside look how it look. We just got to be smarter.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
you a woman, so I gotta hit you with this one. What's attractive about this? Yeah, yeah. Maybe not to you. Step outside yourself. Maybe not to you, but for women, because they do flock. What is attractive? Because that's again, if you like women and you a male artist and you ain't getting no play, that'll make you switch up too. But these guys get women by groves.
Mm-hmm.
They throw themselves at them. What's attractive?
If I was that
Yeah, if it's a
way,
little ta 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 ta.
yeah, the cars, the flashy, you know, jewels, all of that, the money.
Okay. So what about when it come with your life being in danger in one way or another? Heard a song the other day. Rapper said, "If she ain't willing to tuck my pistol for me when the law come, she ain't loyal." Matter of fact, a rapper that you mentioned earlier, I haven't said none of their names by the way, but a rapper you mentioned earlier, some dudes ran up in his crib, tried to kill him and his old lady.
Mm.
They have a shootout in the house. That's sexy.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying, like, I just want to, what's attractive about it? Ladies, jump in the comments. Y'all ever had a phase where y'all like bad boys and y'all was dating a trap star or y'all was dating a gangster, a thug, as the Caucasus Mountain people would call them, thugs. Have y'all had that phase? Tell us about it. What drew you to them? You ever like that? You ever been attracted to a overcompensating tough guy?
I can't say that I have.
She's a bad example, y'all. One of y'all little recovering thoughts, jump in the comments and tell me what y'all found attractive about somebody who you can get killed in the car with. Oh, he got a nice car. They finna shoot that up, whether you in it or not.
That's what they found attractive.
Getting shot?
No, the nice car, the jewelry, the money. That's what they're attracted to.
So our women got to do better too, is what I'm hearing. Our women got to do way better. Way better. You know what? These dudes,
if they're getting something out of the situation, that's what they're attracted to.
you can find somebody that's just as willing to stand on principles, that ain't overcompensating, that's gonna protect you probably better. Because one form of protection is what? Keeping you out of harm's way. And if you're dating a guy that's got 75 enemies, being around him is in harm's way.
Mm-hmm. But they're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about that, especially if they're younger.
How young? When do what's the cut? What age do women start to smarten up?
Hey, that depends on the individual, okay? But yeah, they're not thinking about that in the moment, especially if they getting digged down and they giving it to them proper.
Percocet dick.
That's not something that they're thinking about in the moment. They're just, I'll say this. I feel like if they're attracted to it, they're getting something out of it.
Well, y'all, you got anything in closing? Because I could.
I think I think you talked us up.
Shit. I can rant about this shit all day because I care about my people.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the same way. Like a lot of things that you expressed, like were spot on, and I feel the same. We got to do better for real for the Black culture.
Is hip hop impacting the white consumer the same way? Is it? Because that's who consume it the most. But is it impacting them though?
No,
In these streets,
no,
is the white boys out here
they
drilling?
not been in the block.
Is they spinning till they dizzy?
They not.
They not.
No,
They not.
they wouldn't dare.
They out here stealing the lingo
Yeah,
and running around listening to the music, rapping the songs, probably dressing funny. You know what I'm saying? They white, want to be black, so they end up looking and acting Mexican. You ever seen that before? It's a lot of that in the suburbs.
What's the term? Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black.
Real shit. But listen, y'all jump in the comments, please. If we didn't cover something, or if you have a strong opinion about this subject matter, please join the conversation. Jump in the comments. Let us know how you feel.
Yeah. I think you made some really good points and some really, good thoughts that people really need to think about. It's definitely a conversation starter. So y'all make sure y'all hop in these comments and like, share, and subscribe to Black Crowns Podcast.
Real life. Double fish. Damn, ain't talking a drink. Trying it with us. You better think twice. It's some better prey out here to try to play with a king. Black man. Where I'm from, gunshots come after. What do you mean? What did you say? The Mossberg sister Mary Clarence got bass when they sing. Boom. The muzzle break on the long nose help me keep it low key. Once you trespass, it's too late. Won't be no retreat at all. Pop two up in his chest. Let the goofy breathe like the beat. Classic. Tia Tamara. Tia Tamara. Tia Tamara. Melanin got me feeling like a hero. Straight out the comics. Once on my side is a goddess. Strong black woman. Only one rule, be honest. To the agenda, they know we a problem. They be saying we too black. Black crown. Too black. Black. Too black crown. Too black royalty. See us addressed as a